The laugh was still hanging in the air when I felt it. That microscopic shift in the room. The silence arriving early. I was mid-smile, glass raised, surrounded by friends who thought they knew us. Thought they knew me. I'd tossed the line lightly, lazily, the way married women do when they want to seem harmless. "I swear," I said, half laughing, "sometimes I think I need a new husband." A joke. A social reflex. People chuckled on cue. And then he looked at me. Not angry, not surprised. Relieved. His eyes met mine, and for a fraction of a second, something old and rehearsed flickered there. He didn't raise his voice. Didn't smile. Didn't soften it. "You already replaced me," he said calmly. "So stop pretending this is a joke." The room went dead. No clinking glasses. No breathing I could hear except my own. That was the moment everything I had been, carefully ignoring, stepped forward and introduced itself. I didn't respond. I couldn't, not because I was hurt, but because something inside me had finally aligned. All the late nights, the locked phone, the way his attention drifted past me like I was furniture. I had told myself stories, logical ones, comfortable ones, stress, work, aging love. But his reply hadn't come from emotion. It came from certainty. That night I lay beside him, staring at the ceiling, listening to the rhythm of a man who had already emotionally moved out. I replayed the sentence again and again, dissecting it. "You already replaced me, not a replacing." Already. The betrayal wasn't loud. It was surgical. And I realized something else, cold and unpleasant. He wasn't afraid of being exposed. He was tired of pretending. I didn't confront him. I didn't cry. I didn't search his phone in a panic like desperate women do in movies. I waited. Watched. I noticed patterns once I stopped asking for reassurance. How his phone never left his body. How he took calls outside, voice low, back turned like a ritual. How his patience with me evaporated only when I asked ordinary questions. I became quieter, more observant. I checked records he assumed I wouldn't understand. Schedules that didn't align. A receipt tucked carelessly into a jacket pocket. Dinner for two, ordered with precision, not guilt. I smiled at him. Cooked for him. Slept beside him. Inside, something methodical woke up. I didn't need proof for my heart. I needed proof for my exit. The confirmation arrived on a Tuesday afternoon, disguised as something mundane. A forwarded message, sent accidentally, not to me. It wasn't explicit. It didn't need to be. It was intimate in a way only long-term secrecy can be. Shared language. Private humor. A future implied without being stated. I didn't feel rage. I felt clarity. That evening, I placed my phone on the table between us as he ate. He glanced at it, then at me, his jaw tightening almost imperceptibly. "Who is she?" I asked calmly. He froze. Not confused. Not defensive. Cornered. For a moment, I thought he might lie. But something in my posture told him this wasn't a conversation. It was a verdict. He exhaled, slowly. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this." I nodded. "I know." That terrified him more than shouting ever could. I didn't ask why. I didn't ask how long. I told him I already knew the answers. What I wanted was control of the ending. We hosted dinner the following weekend. Same people, same room, same glasses. He didn't object. He thought I was bluffing. Thought I was processing. I wore black, not mourning. Precision. At some point, someone joked again. About marriage. About compromise. I smiled. "I once joked that I needed a new husband," I said lightly, eyes on my glass. Turns out I already had one. Laughter stirred, confused. I looked up at him. "And he had a new wife," I added. "Long before I knew. The silence this time wasn't accidental. He stood abruptly, color draining from his face. I didn't look at him again. "I won't compete for loyalty," I continued. "I won't beg for honesty. And I won't play the fool in a story I didn't write. No accusations, just exposure." He left. The door closed softly. I packed that night. Not in a rush. Not with tears. I took only what belonged to me, emotionally and otherwise. The rest could rot in the house of lies he built so carefully. Weeks later, I heard things, regret, fallout. The woman left. The room that once laughed now whispered. None of it reached me, because something essential had already detached. I didn't lose a husband. I lost an illusion, and I walked away with myself intact.